Welcome back to The Rich Life. My name is Aaron, and here's the scoop on Dave Chappelle. Now, I'm not sure if you've been keeping up with what's been happening in the past few days, but he just did a show and he ended up getting ran up on. Now, this person is just crazy for even wanting to do that, and at the end of the day, there were no felony charges for this man who attacked Dave Chappelle on stage, but he will be charged with 4 misdemeanors. Now, the man who tackled Chappelle identifies as Isaiah Lee. The attacker was later found to have been armed with a replica handgun containing a knife blade. This thing looked like a real gun. It was like a gun, you flip it up, there's like a knife at the end. This guy was left in rough shape. As soon as he ran up on Dave Chappelle, he tackled him. Dave Chappelle like grabbed him by the hair or something, and then that guy tried to flee off the stage in the back. The security ended up grabbing him and messing him up, and his arm was like twisted backwards. His face was all bloody. He looked like he fell off of a balcony of a 25-story building. The guy is in custody in Los Angeles with the police, but before he was getting locked away, Dave Chappelle had one demand. He asked the police if he can talk to the man because he wanted to know why the man did it. And Isaiah said he just did it for attention. Apparently, his grandma just got kicked out of her apartment and it was all over gentrification, so he needed attention about that. I don't understand. It makes no sense. This guy just seems like he's lost it already. David had to continue the show, of course. He had his good friends Jamie Foxx and Chris Rock help him calm the audience down and just keep the show going. There was one point in the show where Dave made a joke saying, "At least you got smacked by someone of repute. I got smacked by a homeless guy with leaves in his hair." Where Chris Rock replied, "I got smacked by the softest dude that ever rapped." Oh, okay, now I don't know, Will Smith, if you're watching this, don't put me in the middle. I'm just the messenger. Yes, he's talking about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett from the incident that happened at the Oscars last month. I don't think that it was a funny joke that Chris Rock made. I don't know, it's really back and forth. I want you to tell me what you think about that in the comments below as well, but I definitely think it was a touchy topic, and you just should not be talking about people's wives, especially when you don't know what's happening. Now back to Dave Chappelle. He's no stranger to the media. He's one of the most popular stand-up comedians in the game. He first made his appearance on HBO's Def Comedy Jam back in 1992 and has continuously made appearances on multiple shows such as the David Letterman Show because he was just so entertaining. They literally just kept on calling him back. Fast forward a few years where he was able to have his own comedy sketch series called The Chappelle Show, which started back in 2003 and ran for a couple seasons until 2006. Now, after leaving the show, Chappelle returned to doing stand-up across the US, made lots and lots of money. By the time it was like 2006, Chappelle was called the comic genius of America by Esquire magazine, the best by Billboard, and ranked number 9 out of a list of 50 stand-up comics of all time by Rolling Stone. David Chappelle has a net worth of $60 million, which includes money that he's made from signing a $20 million deal with Netflix, where he was able to release 6 comedy specials. Now he owns a 65-acre farm near Yellow Springs, Ohio, valued at just over $500,000, which is pretty good because you can't even get a shed in Toronto for under $1 million. And I'm talking about like a shed that's enough to fit like a twin bed, right? On this property, he has a great car collection featuring a $533,000 limited edition Rolls-Royce Phantom and a $120,000 Porsche 911 Carrera S. These cars cost almost as much as a property down there. Now, I don't understand why, but this man lives like kind of off the grid in a huge house. Dave Chappelle was under fire from certain remarks that he mentioned in one of his Netflix specials, The Closer. Now, many people are unsure if they think the jokes are funny or offensive since they did involve the LGBT community, and Dave absolutely feels no ways about the jokes he said, but he is willing to speak to anybody that feels offended by it. People at Netflix were not sure if they wanted to really boycott it or if they were gonna let it pass. Some people from the LGBT community thought that the jokes were funny, and people that were not in the community were just offended by it. Now, as a comic, do you think that it's okay to make jokes? Do you think that the comedian's jokes are going too far? Or do you think that they should have been under fire? Do you even think that they're worth being attacked on stage? If you've seen the Netflix special, let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and tell me, where do you think the line should be drawn when it comes to comedians? Do you think he really deserved to be attacked on stage though? Anyways, I'm your host Aaron. Thanks for watching The Rich Life, and I'll be seeing you soon.